The Grand Hall of the Galactic Council was filled with bright lights and holographic displays. Leaders from different planets gathered to discuss their latest achievements and innovations. They were proud of their advanced technology, which they believed made them superior to all other civilizations, especially Earth. In the center of the hall stood a large, old human warship. It looked battered and worn, covered in rust and dust. Council members pointed and laughed at it, calling it a flying piece of junk. They thought it was a relic of a bygone era, a symbol of human weakness. One council member, a tall alien with shimmering scales, stood up and said, "This old warship? It's a joke. Humans think they can compete with us? Look at this thing. It can barely fly." The crowd erupted in laughter, and the sound echoed through the hall. At the edge of the room, Alex, a young human engineer, watched the mockery unfold. His heart raced as he felt anger and shame. He knew the old warship had secrets that could surprise everyone. He remembered stories from his grandfather about the warship's glory days, when it had fought bravely against enemy fleets. Alex took a deep breath and decided to speak up. He stood tall, despite the sneers and giggles from the council members. "Wait! This ship has hidden technologies you know nothing about. It's not just an old wreck, it's a powerful war machine." The laughter stopped and the room fell silent. Council members turned to look at Alex, their expressions a mix of confusion and amusement. One council leader, a round alien with bright orange skin, chuckled and replied, "What could you possibly show us? Your ship is ancient." Feeling the pressure, Alex continued, "I challenge you to a demonstration. Let us show you what this warship can do in a battle. You'll see it's more than just a joke." His voice was steady, filled with determination. The council members whispered among themselves, intrigued by the challenge. Finally, the tall alien with shimmering scales stood up again. "Very well, we will accept your challenge. But be warned, you are only embarrassing yourselves further." With that, the council agreed to a mock battle. They would use their most advanced ships against the old warship, and Alex had a short time to prepare. The council members couldn't help but smirk at what they believed was a guaranteed victory. As the council meeting ended, Alex rushed back to the warship with a small team of humans. They were excited but nervous. They knew the ship had been neglected for years, but Alex believed they could uncover its hidden potential. In the dimly lit hangar, the old warship loomed above them. Its massive frame felt both familiar and foreign. Alex and his team began inspecting every inch of the ship, hoping to find something useful. They pulled open panels, dusted off equipment, and searched for any hidden technology that might help them win the battle. "Look at this!" shouted one of the crew members, pointing at a dusty control panel. "There's a hidden compartment here." They pried it open, revealing advanced technology that had been forgotten. Alex's heart raced with excitement. "Let's see what else we can find," Alex said, rallying his team. They worked tirelessly, cleaning and repairing the ship, discovering hidden gadgets and weapons that had been long forgotten. Each discovery filled them with hope and determination. As they prepared for the battle, doubts crept into Alex's mind. Would the old warship be able to stand up against the advanced ships of the Galactic Council? But as he looked at his crew, their faces filled with enthusiasm, he felt a surge of confidence. They were ready to prove the Council wrong. The day of the mock battle arrived. The Galactic Council gathered to watch, their faces twisted with amusement. They expected an easy victory over the humans. But as Alex and his crew climbed aboard the old warship, they knew they were about to embark on a journey that could change everything. The old warship, once a target of laughter, was ready to reveal its secrets and show the galaxy what humanity was truly capable of. Little did the Council know, the old warship was not just a relic, it was a testament to human resilience and ingenuity, and it was about to surprise them all. The atmosphere in the Galactic Council Hall was electric as everyone gathered for the mock battle. Council members were seated, their eyes filled with laughter and disbelief. Alex stood with his crew beside the old warship, feeling both nervous and excited. He could see the council members whispering and snickering, sure that they were about to witness a disaster. The council leader, the tall alien with shimmering scales, raised his voice to address the audience. "Today we will see if this old human ship can stand against our advanced fleet. Let's remind them why Earth is just a footnote in our history." The crowd cheered, their laughter echoing off the walls. As Alex listened to the taunts, he felt a fire burning inside him. He turned to his crew, a group of brave and determined humans. We can't let them win! This is our chance to show them what we can do. We have surprises hidden in this ship, and today we'll prove we are not to be underestimated." The crew nodded, their faces set with determination. They gathered around the ship, checking the hidden gadgets and weapons they had discovered. Each member had a role to play, and they were ready to give it their all. Alex climbed aboard the old warship, taking his place at the command console. He could feel the ship's energy humming beneath him, as if it were alive and eager to fight. He glanced at the screens showing the Council's fleet assembling. They were sleek and powerful, with shiny hulls reflecting the bright lights of the hall. "Here they come!" shouted one of his crew members, pointing at the approaching ships. The Council's fleet consisted of 5 advanced vessels, all armed with the latest technology. The sight made Alex's heart race, but he quickly reminded himself of their own hidden advantages. The Council leader signaled for the battle to begin. "Prepare to engage! Let's see what this old wreck can do." With that, the Council's ships moved forward, unleashing a barrage of bright energy blasts toward the old warship. Alex's hands flew across the control panel, activating the warship's defensive systems. "Shields up!" he shouted, and the ship shimmered with a protective barrier just in time to absorb the incoming blasts. The Council members watched in shock as their energy blasts bounced off the old warship. "What? How did they manage that?" one alien exclaimed, disbelief in their voice. Alex grinned, feeling a rush of excitement. "Now, let's show them what else we have." He activated the warship's retrofitted cannons, and with a loud roar, the ship fired back at the Council's fleet. Bright beams of energy shot out, striking one of the Council ships and causing it to wobble. Cheers erupted from Alex's crew. They couldn't believe it. "We're actually doing it," one crew member yelled, his voice filled with joy. But the Council was not about to back down. The tall alien barked orders, instructing their ships to regroup and counterattack. "Don't let this old ship fool you. Show them our power!" The advanced ships circled around, trying to flank the warship. But Alex was ready. "Let's activate the cloaking device," he shouted. The ship shimmered and vanished from sight. "What? Where did they go?" gasped one of the Council members, looking around in confusion. They scanned their sensors, trying to find the old warship, but it was gone. Alex grinned, feeling the thrill of the game. "Now we can strike from the shadows." He guided the ship silently through the chaos of the battlefield. His heart raced with excitement as he prepared for the next move. Suddenly, the warship reappeared right in the middle of the Council's formation. "Now!" Alex commanded, and his crew fired their cannons again, catching the Council off guard. Another ship was hit, sparks flying as it struggled to stay afloat. Gasps filled the hall as the Council members realized they were in serious trouble. The laughter that once echoed through the room was replaced by shocked silence. Alex and his crew were not just surviving, they were winning. With each passing moment, the Council grew more desperate. They had never imagined that an old human warship could challenge their might. Alex felt a sense of pride swell within him. This battle was more than just a fight, it was a chance to show the galaxy that humanity had its strengths too. As the mock battle raged on, Alex knew they were on the brink of an incredible victory. The Council had mocked them, but now the tables were turning. They were about to learn that the old warship was not a joke. It was a powerful testament to human creativity and resilience. The Galactic Council Hall was filled with tension as the mock battle escalated. Council members had gone from laughter to shock, their faces a mix of disbelief and anger. Alex and his crew, aboard the old warship, felt a surge of confidence as they continued to fight back against the advanced fleet. The Council had underestimated them, and now it was time to show the galaxy what humanity was truly capable of. "Keep firing!" Alex shouted, his voice cutting through the chaos. The ship's cannons roared to life, sending bolts of energy streaking through space. Each shot struck true, hitting Council ships and causing them to spiral off course. "We can't let up! They're going to regroup!" The crew worked tirelessly at their stations, their fingers flying over buttons and controls. They had transformed the old warship into a formidable force, but they knew they had to stay focused. With every shot fired, the Council members grew more frantic. They had never faced such a challenge, especially from a ship they thought was a relic. "Alex, they're trying to flank us again," shouted Mia, one of the crew members. She was monitoring the Council ships on her screen, her eyes wide with determination. "They're coming in fast! Divert power to the aft shields," Alex ordered. "We need to protect ourselves while we plan our next move." He glanced at the screens. watching the council ships move in a coordinated attack formation. It was clear they were regrouping, but the humans had one advantage. They were unpredictable. With the shield strengthened, Alex took a deep breath. "Get ready for a surprise." He pressed a few buttons, activating the old warship's secondary weapons system, which had remained hidden until now. A series of launch bays opened, revealing a squadron of small drones equipped with explosives. "What are those?" Mia asked, her eyes shining with curiosity. "Let's give them a taste of our hidden surprises," Alex grinned. He commanded the drones to launch, and they shot out into space like a swarm of fireflies. The small ships darted toward the council fleet, weaving in and out, dodging blasts and drawing fire. The council members watched in horror as their ships began to explode one by one. The drones detonated with impressive force, disrupting the council's formation and scattering them. "They're everywhere!" a council member shouted, his voice filled with panic. "We need to regain control!" Alex seized the opportunity. "Now's our chance. Let's push forward!" He guided the old warship into the fray, weaving through the chaos as explosions lit up the dark void of space around them. The crew cheered, adrenaline pumping through their veins. They were not just surviving, they were thriving. But the council was not defeated yet. The tall alien leader yelled, "Regroup! We can't let them win! Prepare the heavy artillery!" Council ships began to fire their most powerful weapons, bright beams of energy lighting up the battlefield. "Alex, they're targeting us!" Mia shouted, her voice tense. "We need to move." "Hold steady," Alex commanded. "We can take it! Just make sure the shields are at maximum." The old warship shuddered as the energy blasts struck its shields, but they held strong. The crew felt the impact, but they remained focused, knowing they had to keep fighting. "Look! They're launching a massive energy beam," another crew member warned, pointing to a massive cannon on one of the council ships. It glowed ominously, and Alex knew they had to act fast. "Fire the rear thrusters," he yelled. "We need to get out of the line of fire." The ship's engines roared as they surged backward, barely escaping the devastating blast that shot past them. The council members gasped in disbelief. They had expected an easy victory, but the humans were fighting back with unexpected strength and strategy. "How can this be happening?" one alien murmured, watching the old warship dance around their attacks. Fueled by the desire to win, Alex made a bold decision. "Let's take the fight to them. We can't let them regroup." He steered the warship toward the nearest council ship, feeling the adrenaline rush through him. The crew rallied behind him, ready for anything. As they charged forward, the old warship fired again, its cannons roaring with power. They struck the council ship dead on, causing a chain reaction of explosions that lit up the dark expanse. The council fleet was in disarray, struggling to regain their composure. "We're actually doing it," Mia shouted, her eyes wide with excitement. "Yes, we are," Alex replied, feeling a surge of pride. They were fighting back against a galaxy that had mocked them, proving that humanity was a force to be reckoned with. As the battle raged on, it became clear that the council had underestimated the old warship and its crew. They were no longer just a joke. They were the embodiment of human spirit and ingenuity, and they were ready to show the galaxy that humanity was not to be taken lightly. The battle continued to rage around the old warship as Alex and his crew fought with all their might. Each explosion illuminated the dark expanse of space, and the cries of the council members echoed in the air. The humans were no longer the underdogs. They were fighting back fiercely, but Alex knew they had more secrets to reveal. As the warship danced through the chaos, Alex thought about the hidden technologies they had discovered when they restored the ship. "It's time to show them what else we've got," he said, a determined look in his eyes. Mia, stationed at the weapons console, turned to him, curiosity and excitement on her face. "What do you have in mind?" "We need to activate the experimental technology we found in the lower decks," he explained. It might just turn the tide of the battle. They had uncovered advanced weaponry that had been hidden for years, and now was the time to unleash it. "Let's do this!" Alex shouted, confidence filling his voice. He maneuvered the ship to a safe distance from the ongoing fight, allowing them to focus on the activation of the hidden systems. As the crew worked, strange lights began to glow around the ship, illuminating the dark interior of the old warship. The panels flickered with energy, and the ship seemed to come alive. The crew watched in awe as the experimental systems powered up. "What's happening?" Mia asked, her voice filled with wonder. "The ship has a cloaking and energy amplification system," Alex explained. "It will make our attacks much stronger and harder to detect." He felt a rush of hope. If they could use this technology wisely, they could turn the tide of the battle once and for all. "Ready when you are," shouted a crew member, eager to see the results. Alex took a deep breath, steadying his nerves. "Activate the cloaking device." The ship shimmered and vanished from sight, leaving the Council fleet puzzled. The sudden disappearance caused confusion among the alien ships, and the Council members looked around, frantic to locate the source of their troubles. "Where did they go?" one of the Council members shouted, panic evident in his voice. "They can't just disappear!" "Stay alert," the Council leader commanded, frustration boiling within him. "They have to be nearby." Alex grinned, knowing this was their moment. "Now let's show them the power of humanity." He commanded the ship to emerge right in the middle of the Council fleet. With a flick of a switch, the energy amplification system kicked in, and the ship glowed with power. "Fire!" Alex shouted, and the cannons unleashed a devastating barrage of energy blasts. The beams shot out like lightning, striking multiple Council ships in a matter of seconds. Explosions rocked the fleet, sending debris flying and causing chaos among the Council members. Cheers erupted from the crew as they watched the results of their unleashed power. "We're actually winning!" Mia exclaimed, her excitement infectious. "Yes, we are!" Alex responded, feeling the exhilaration flow through him. But he knew they had to keep pushing forward. The Council would not back down easily, and he needed to stay focused. As the battle raged on, Alex and his crew continued to unleash their hidden power. The cloaking device allowed them to maneuver without being detected, and each strike was more powerful than the last. The Council members scrambled to regroup, but their efforts were in vain. "Look!" one of the Council members shouted in disbelief as their ships began to fall. "They're not just a bunch of old-fashioned humans. They've adapted and turned the tables on us." The tall Council leader fumed, his scales shimmering with anger. "We underestimated them. We must end this now." He barked orders, but the Council fleet was in disarray. Alex saw an opportunity. "Let's finish this." He commanded the crew to prepare one final, powerful blast aimed directly at the Council leader's flagship. The crew's excitement reached a fever pitch as they aligned their aim. As the warship charged its weapons, Alex felt a mix of pride and determination. They had gone from being the butt of the Council's jokes to warriors fighting for their place in the galaxy. "On my mark!" he shouted, adrenaline coursing through him. The crew held their breath, waiting for the command. "Now!" Alex yelled, and the ship unleashed its most powerful blast yet. The energy beam shot forward, striking the flagship head-on. The explosion lit up the battlefield, and the shock waves reverberated through space. For a moment, silence filled the hall as everyone processed what had just happened. The Council's flagship was severely damaged, and panic set in among the remaining Council members. They had underestimated humanity, and now they were facing the consequences. Alex and his crew stood tall, united and ready to claim their victory. They had unveiled their secrets and shown the galaxy that humanity was not to be trifled with. The tide of the battle had turned, and they were no longer the underdogs. They were fighters, and they would prove their worth in the stars. As the dust settled on the battlefield, the echoes of the fierce battle began to fade. The Council fleet was in chaos, their ships damaged and scattered. Alex and his crew aboard the old warship had done the impossible. They had turned the tide against the mighty Galactic Council, and now it was time to claim their victory. "Status report!" Alex shouted, trying to contain his excitement. His heart raced as he looked at his crew, each member showing signs of weariness but also pride. They had fought bravely and with determination. Mia, still at her station, quickly scanned the screens. "We've taken out several ships and many others are retreating," she exclaimed, her eyes wide with disbelief. "They didn't expect us to fight back like this." The crew erupted in cheers, high-fiving each other and celebrating their unexpected triumph. They had gone from being mocked to being warriors, earning respect in the process. Alex felt a sense of unity among them, a bond forged in the fires of battle. "Let's not get too comfortable yet," Alex reminded them, his voice steady. "We need to be ready in case they regroup. We can't let our guard down." As if on cue, the tall Council leader's flagship, now severely damaged, began to stabilize. It was still flying, and the leader was determined not to back down. "We must rally the remaining ships," he shouted, anger boiling in his voice. "We will not allow these humans to claim victory." Alex watched the screen closely, aware that the fight was far from over. "Prepare for their next move," he ordered, knowing that the Council would likely attempt a desperate counterattack. "Mia, keep an eye on their communication channels." While the crew stayed alert, Alex took a moment to reflect on how far they had come. They had entered this battle as underdogs, but now they stood as heroes. The old warship, once a relic of a forgotten era, had become a symbol of human resilience and strength. Suddenly, Mia shouted, "Alex! They're regrouping! They're trying to organize a counterattack!" Her voice pierced through the atmosphere, filling everyone with urgency. "Divert power to the forward shields," Alex commanded. "We need to be ready to withstand their assault." The crew quickly sprang into action, reinforcing their defenses. Moments later, the Council fleet launched a desperate attack. Beams of energy filled the void as the Council ships fired wildly. The old warship shook under the strain, but Alex stood firm. "Hold steady! We can take it!" he shouted, encouraging his crew to stay strong. The ship rocked and swayed as the blasts hit, but the crew worked in unison, keeping the ship stable. They were a team, and their bond made them stronger. "Return fire!" Alex ordered, feeling the adrenaline rush as he pressed the buttons. The ship's cannons roared back to life, sending bolts of energy into the heart of the enemy fleet. The old warship unleashed its power, striking true. The Council ships began to falter under the relentless assault, their once imposing formations breaking apart. "Look at them run!" one crew member shouted, a mix of disbelief and joy in his voice. Alex felt a surge of pride as he watched the Council ships retreat. "This is our moment," he declared. "Let's push forward and show them that humanity will not be intimidated." With renewed energy, the crew rallied behind him. They pressed the attack, their old warship pushing into the heart of the Council fleet. The cheers of his crew filled the cabin as they watched their enemy falter. They were making history, and every pulse of the ship felt like a victory. As the battle drew to a close, the Council leader's flagship began to withdraw, signaling defeat. Alex and his crew had emerged victorious, but he knew this was just the beginning. The Galactic Council had underestimated humanity, and now they would never forget this lesson. "Prepare for communication," Alex ordered, knowing that they needed to send a message. "Let's make it clear that Earth will not be an easy target." He wanted to ensure that their victory resonated across the galaxy. As they sent out their message, a new dawn broke on the horizon of their story. The old warship, once a symbol of mockery, was now a beacon of hope and resilience. Humanity had proven its strength and adaptability, and the galaxy would remember this day. The crew celebrated, knowing they had changed the course of their future. They had fought for their place in the stars, and they had won. Together they stood united, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. The old warship had become more than a vessel. It was a testament to the spirit of humanity, and with it, they would forge a new path into the galaxy.